chairpersons made by President Uhuru Kenyatta. He is particularly defending the appointment of former head of civil service Francis Mudhaura as the chairperson of the Lamu South Sudan Ethiopia Transport Corridor known as LAPSET, saying he is among the brains behind the multi-billion shilling project. The senator's remarks come amid uproar both within and outside the Jubilee coalition, with critics saying President Kenyatta's appointment lacks regional and gender balance and is a raw deal to youths. Critics have also faulted the president for rewarding political loyalty and recycling old leaders at the expense of merit. Lonyangopu, meanwhile, wants the television digital migration to be handled carefully in order to avoid the change being punitive to poor Kenyans. Let's take a look.
Chairmen of parastatals are not executive positions, and they are not even jobs. These are positions that are given to guide meetings so that the chief executive officer and the management of the board, of the management of the parastatal, get advice from people who know. I know most of the people meant to sit in the boards other than the chair must be people who are knowledgeable in the business of that parastatal. Like Kenya Bureau, for example, you must have people who know the business of that. Although there was a time we lost it by allowing politicians to deposit their relatives and their friends, and we lost it from that point.
Na tunauliza hii serikali irudi, ikae chini, ituletee vijana ambao wanaweza fanya kazi. Not political rejects. Na kama Ukamba ni Makueni peke yake, atueleze mahali Kitui na Machakos ziko. Tuko ndani ya Kenya. Na tuko na vijana ambao wamesoma katika pande hii ya Kenya. Si kuchukua watu watatu kutoka village moja.
Right now, the fight against rising insecurity in Murang'a County went a notch higher after security apparatus in the area launched a massive operation targeting criminals as well as brewers of illicit brews. The move followed recent kidnappings as well as the rise in the production of illicit brews that have had a negative effect on businesses operating in the area. Several people were arrested during the operation.
The issue of insecurity in Murang'a County remains a serious concern, enough to see security apparatus in the county launch a joint operation to seek ways of arresting the situation before it gets out of hand. The operation zeroed in on Maragua constituency, where cases of killings and kidnappings are recorded with every passing day.
You'll find a house with which is not occupied. There's a servant quarter which is occupied maybe by the house help, and the houses are deserted. So we tend to think that these are the houses where those who are kidnapped are kept, and it is our appeal to the owners of the houses to make sure that they visit their homes regularly and see what their workers are doing.
The county government has sought to assure residents that they will continue to beef up security and that the operation was not a one-off.
We managed to arrest about 3 suspects, three people who are found with banking, which we are yet to establish the value and the quantity.
Residents of Maragua town have in the past 1 month held a series of demonstrations in protest of rising cases of insecurity. Salim Bilu, Citizen at 1.
Right. Now, we would want to inform our viewers that starting tonight, we will be bringing you a special end-of-year segment, The Newsmakers, both in our Swahili and English bulletins. Today's episode by our senior features reporter, Evelyn Wamboi, focuses on Deputy President William Ruto. Now, here is just a sneak peek of the same, and remember to join us later on for the full interview. Let's take a look.
And the role and the name of each one. How would you describe yourself?
Maybe Bishop.
Yes.
This bishop that prays occasionally. You say there is no prayer around here.
Not the king.
No, the king's business is just to go around here.
Yes.
He's not a hustler. Nobody is saying the media should not write anything. Write whatever you want. About me, about the next person, about that institution, about the other. Honestly, Evelyn, you can't tell me that you want to exercise your rights, and if you infringe on mine, there is no mechanism for me to seek redress, and it is fair. It's not fair. I have been trying to force him to go to the gym. I have not succeeded yet. We laugh a lot. It is very good. Those who expect the president and myself to disagree are in for a rude shock. Mateso. They say the media fellows are dictators.
Right. Clearly very strong sentiments, a unique balance there of humor and focusing on, of course, some of the pertinent issues there. If you want to catch that, you want to be here at 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Newsmakers tonight. William Ruto. Now, we had asked you to send in some of your views concerning the Ipsos Synovate poll on the end of the year that really says that Kenyans are pretty much pessimistic about the year 2014. Thank you so much for all of the comments that you've been sending in. Let me just sample a few of them here. Alex Odhiambo of Ndenga Secondary, you say, I think employment will be worse, as seen in this year's experience. One, you did not leave your name here, but you say 2014 will be the most worse, well, will be worse, I think you meant to say, for Kenyans. If things don't change, we are in the sympathy of God, Kenya of today, where you pay the government money. I think you mean here, he says you pay the government money to get services. So, in essential, you say bribing. And now there is Jerry Ronaldo from Oyugis. You say the cost of living will be worse than 2013 as things continue to be complicated, much like that Facebook status over there. It's complicated. Now, K.O. Onyango, BGM, that I assume that means Bungoma. The cost of living will be worse, unemployment worse, and this will lead to the worsening of insecurity in the country. And Malina, unatazama kutoka Mombasa kule, unasema everything will be worse. Everything will be worse. That is what you say. One here, totally unrelated, you say, when will KCPE results will be announced? That will be tomorrow. Let's take a look at Twitter, what you've been saying on Twitter. At Ole Roberto, you say, I concur with the Ipsos report. Otieno Nelson, that is at Nelly OT, you say, I believe we have to learn with the events of 2013, especially for security, and I hope it will be better. And at it's Danny Cruz, that is Duncan Ngano, you say the government of Kenya should consider the Ipsos Synovate poll. I agree with it. Well, we take a short break now for you, and we will return. Keep those comments coming in. We want to sample more of them. That is 22422, and also on our Twitter handle at Citizen TV News, or my handle at Willis Aburu, and we'll be able to sample them for you. We take a short break now. When we return, sports is next, and Schumacher needs some prayers. I'll tell you why.